you immediately realize something, and what you realize is that this not only is the skeleton wearing clothes, it's wearing the exact. You've seen these clothes before. It's the clothes you've seen the man wear in the painting.
Wasn't he supposed to be in the basement?
Alright. After Septimus makes sure that Rika is alright,
Up is down, down is up.
he's gonna point to the clothes and say, "Those children were lying to us. This man, whoever he is, he's wearing the same clothes as their father in the portrait. There's more to this.
That guy's long dead, though.
I think we may have found where the disappearing people go."
Now,
So this is apparently their file. Very.
so you find yourself standing in front
How
of.
do you know it's the father?
Well,
The
as Septimus
clothes.
saw, he has the same clothes as in the pictures, in the paintings. How could you? I've been locked in here for days now. Thursday thought it was a prank. You wanted to teach me a lesson because I slept with a maid. But slowly it's becoming apparent that you aren't planning on letting me out. You stood by me when we started all of this. I didn't flinch at the thought of killing. Even when our Messiah expressed doubt on us and we lost members, you remained by my side. Now I start to realize what fools we've been. I've been rereading his letter over and over again. I'm slowly starting to have doubts. Was all we did for naught? The atrocities we committed to even our very own children. Go ahead with the ritual. And when you stand there and nothing happens, realize it's done. You want me to ironically starve to death? I won't give you the satisfaction. I have rope, and that's all I need. I'll see you in hell. Your beloved husband, Gustav Durst.
I'm scared.
So the children are dead. It
Or
seems.
they have had something done on them.
All of those books, well, most of those books have child sacrifice in them. So now we have confirmation. It's the dad.
Yeah.
Yes, we should go.
I mean, you're saying that all these books in here, they are just rubbish.
Most of them.
I guess it makes sense if you lock someone in, you wouldn't want there to be anything too powerful with them.
Leah?
I suspect that this may be a trap. I don't think there is a baby. I don't think there's anything alive in here except for us. I think we should
Oh.
leave.
I mean, according to the note, we'll probably find someone in the basement.
Or
I
the
mean,
remains of
Most
someone.
likely the skeleton was the maid. We have the father here, we're still missing them. And
Well, they had two
potentially
servants.
one brother.
Well, they had two servants.
Two
Probably-
beds. Doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
mean two servants.
Well, we can kind of assume we fought two skeletons. This is the father. The kids are outside. And what the note said, from what I assume would be the mother, would be in the basement. I guess we should.
I mean, we
mean-
scoured most of the rooms now.
Wait.
We've only come across one bedroom.
There's
all the
another
surface.
floor upwards.
Yeah, there's
But
another. There's
The
a third
children
floor.
should be older. Should be a lot older. We're
Well,
looking at a
not-
skeleton here. That takes a while.
Not if they're undead.
Exactly.
I think the children are
The
responsible.
children are not dead, I told you.
Sorry.
Oh.
But they looked so sweet and innocent.
There's definitely something in here with us, and I think it's food elevator to get around. Wasn't the food elevator be to the right of the door in the servants' quarters?
Yes.
Right, and the cloth disappeared to the right of the door.
It did.
And the food elevator is open.
It was, yes. In fact, you're quite sure that these sorts of... They don't really have any doors, so they're always open.
All right. Hmm.
But then would that be the mother, who's very good at scramming into small places, or
Well,
is that
as you
their
come...
baby brother? Is
It's a very
the
tall-
mother or the baby, is either one of them wearing red robes?
Well, the baby is... Well, it's a baby. It's not really wearing anything in a
Yeah, but
traditional
it's
sense.
wrapped. in-
Yes, it is wrapped in a black cloth. As for the mother, she is, in fact, wearing red cloth. Quite noble, the noble kind. A red dress, in fact. Quite, the traditional sort of noblesque dress.
Yeah.
Red.
Well, considering how Rika is locoing it up servant's room, I'm gonna tap Septimus' shoulder, point to the painting, watch the mother and ask, did the robe look like that? Well, considering how the father, Torn and Rose all wear the same clothing as in the painting, it's... Following that train of logic, it'd be the same for the rest of them.
I say we go up to the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
The mother is
And-
using the children.
Probably yes.
She's using them to draw people in. She
Hmm.
may be the necromancer responsible.
Yes. And then we have to take care of it. Because if we don't, who knows if a random person walks into this place and gets killed? Right?
Enough
We
people
could just
have
light it
died
on
since
fire
then.
and burn it to the ground.
I'm sure about burning the whole building down, but for a reaction, Rick, you want to burn away the painting? Aim for the mother.
So, do you think this is why the mother killed the dad?
Who is this Strogman Zarovich?
No
I
clue.
think no, I don't think this is why the mother killed the dad, but I do think it's one of the reasons why they killed the newborn and their two children.
Also, since it speaks of a cult, I'm not sure if just a family servant counts as one, so
Well, I
could
mean,
be one of the reasons for those disappearances.
well, the other note did say, like the members were leaving. That could be the members of their like little cult. And I guess the disappearances have been these people like, kidnapping and killing people.
Yeah,
Not even necessarily kidnapping. If they've been asked to sacrifice their own cult members, there may be no kidnapping involved.
Well. The thing is, they said, it said, let's see, beggars, orphans, and lost adventurers. Those might be
Yes.
the
But a lot of
people.
those may not make it up to the gods. The reason why they spiked up may be because... Was there a trend? I was gone from the city, but after I left, were the disappearances still beggars and adventurers, or were they more established members of the city?
Rika,
No.
Septimus?
In truth, well, it's not like a lot of important people went missing. It was mostly people... Well, it's not entirely true, really. It's mostly common folk, really. People that have just wandered off perhaps a bit too far from the normal streets. And too close to the edges of town. Which does so happen to be very often not so savory folk. But it has happened before that it's not just the nobles have disappeared before. It would have happened to practically anyone.
Well, it's good that we found this, I guess.
The
So,
quest- have we searched the noble buildings before, like around this place?
Not
Have
really.
there been anyone searched, like on record?
Oh, you mean? Oh, yes. This
Maybe not
used
us,
to
but
be
on record.
this district used to be inhabited, but eventually, as you know, more criminal activities start happening in this region, a lot of the nobles who lived here just started moving away. And ever since then, the houses were used for all sorts of things.
All right, so they took their
But
most
there's
of
never been any record of any cultist sightings in any of them or anything like that.
All right.
So, oh.
Hmm.
So I guess they met this Strad from Zarovich guy. I assume he's some kind of, I don't know, necromancer. I don't really know.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like a
Then-
noble. You sure he isn't the resident?
well, I've
He's
never
certainly
heard of such a name.
Leah?
Would we have... Is the name Strad von Zarovich one that Septimus would remember from case files?
Absolutely not. You have never heard that name before.
What about... What about... From, from his own studies of the occult, has that name ever popped up?
Strad von Zarovich?
Yes.
No. Absolutely not. You have... This name is completely foreign to you.
Not even Malik would have told Septimus anything.
No.
I mean,
But the moniker of Prince of Darkness.
well, I mean, that's something anyone could really use.
Yeah, anyone who's a...
Something unholy, that's for sure.
Anyone with delusions of grandeur and a taste for destruction can take up that name.
I
And I
mean,
consider him responsible for what happened here.
well,
Nonetheless.
oh wait. The letter did say he was brought here. What does that mean? Does he come from, like, a different realm? Does he just come from, like, somewhere else? Is he, like, foreign?
Another city, perhaps?
Maybe, but I'm not sure if you'd say. What does he mean with the forces? That sounds odd.
Yeah. Sounds odd.
Nobody in the past has sought to capture the city. And forces are usually mentioned when talking of armies.
Well, I think it's more going to the whole occult thing. I think it's more like magical forces, not like physical forces as like an army. This information is good to know, but I think we should look around some.
Leah?
Basically what Bas just said.
Great.
All right, Rika's gonna shout something through. Hey, bitch! We found out about your murder fetish for Strad guy.
So,
Okay, so quite a while afterwards. Huh. You know, that's kind of weird.
The numbers are not adding up at all. There have been disappearances for a few years, as far as we know.
Well, yeah, I don't think a ghost wrote in these books anymore.
There have been disappearances for the past few years that we know in Sandra.
Yep.
This has been going on for a few centuries.
Yep.
Rose says we're in Barovia. I know
Wait.
for a fact we're in Sandra.
Daniel,
yeah.
What the hell is Barovia?
what is the first date of the
Oh.
first killing? You know, the date.
The first entry anyway is about... It's about 745.
Okay, so this went on for 12 years.